What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers. We are back on our Corvette build, which I still have yet to name, by the way. I probably should get on that. But yeah, so in the last episode we started our first round of survival testing. Now, can I get... I can grab it from here. Okay. Never really tried that before. So I did a couple of things in between the last episode and this episode that we had talked about, but I didn't end up actually doing. For one, I went through and renamed and reset all of these different backups to where now there should be, we have jump drive backups, reactor, and shield generator. Though the gravity generator, why are you not... Oh, I had it on an auxiliary, so let's change this then to gravity generator, and then we'll... to keep the same naming convention. Otherwise it'll get a little confusing. And primary. There we go. And once again, I'm making changes on my survival world that's not going to stay here. Dagnabbit. It's force of habit, I can't help it. The other thing that I did was I changed the seats in the both the CIC as well as the captain's chair. So you'll notice it does tell you your helmet. Yeah, okay, so my helmet is off at the moment, so now when I get in this seat, I shouldn't be suffocating and dying. So there's that. Ironically, my energy did recharge, though. That's curious. So if I put my helmet on, it's using energy, I guess because it's using oxygen? Because that makes sense, I guess. And then when I get in here, now it charges back up. So that's kind of interesting that you're connected to the grid still of the ship, so you get like your health or your energy back. That's kind of weird. Okay, so we can retract that back up for a minute. Now I still haven't been able to resolve the elevator / airlock issue because the mod that I had built around is still, I believe, broken. In that when I went to load my game since the newest update, it actually wouldn't load with that mod installed. Before, it just wouldn't, if I placed it and then tried to use it, it would crash the game. It's back to kind of not working at all. So I don't think I will need to do a redesign too much anyway. I mean, if nothing else, it'll just be a different elevator or airlock or something. I mean, I'm not going to go crazy with it and go rebuild this whole back area. It's going to stay the way that it is. I just might have to make some adjustments if I change the mods. If the mod gets fixed, then I'm not worried about it. I'll just put it back in and everything will be hunky-dory. Let's see. I'm trying to find my other changes. Oh, one thing. Let me grab my spectator. This is one of the changes. Whoops. Go me. Big reveal there. In case you hadn't figured it out, we're going to get into planets today. I just wanted to go over kind of some changes that I made. So one of them is I went back and replaced all of the other missile launchers on the fixed set with these 200mm because those, for whatever reason, work with the small conveyor system. It was a temporary fix. I don't know if we'll keep it that way, if we'll change the weapons. Technically speaking, there is enough space here. Oh, I forgot. I'm on survival. I can't build in spectator mode. There is enough space here to put like a second set of Gatling turrets or Gatling guns if we wanted to be like Gatling gun missile, you know, that kind of thing. It would go right to, I think, the second block there. It's hard to show because it's not letting, but where it says light block armor, it would go right there up to that point. And then it would continue the rest of the shape. So it's doable, but at the moment I'm just leaving it with multiple missile launchers, and we'll go from there. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. The Mac cannon is a problem. I redid the cannon because some were saying that the mod needed direct connection to the back port to load properly. It's still not loading. So it's a restriction of the small conveyor tube, which is really kind of silly considering that this particular model of weapon is only available on the small ship grid. So I don't really see the point in having a small ship grid weapon that cannot house the small conveyor tubes, because the large conveyor system for the small grid is just massive. It takes up way too much space. So there may at some point be... I don't know. I haven't figured out how I want to do this yet. I could... in theory, I won't make any promises, but in theory, I could make some kind of hatch point. I don't know. I don't think that would work coming through here, but I could probably make some kind of hatch point in this area somewhere, whether it be the captain's quarters, I don't know, and make like an underbelly manual loading point where you go through here, because I think this is tall enough that I could actually do that if I really just want to keep this around. The problem would then come to this point, is that this is my only access point to any of the inventory systems. None of the other inventory ports I left open, I don't believe. So with that in mind, I don't think I can take out from here. And I don't know... Yeah. See, that's the problem, is because everything operates on the small ship grid, basically the only way... Well, no, I really don't know that there's a way to do this, to be honest, because if I access the assembler, it only has a small port. And so the problem is, I don't think, even if it builds it, I don't think I can get to it, is the problem. Ooh, I'm stuck. And I forgot we're in survival, so I'm using energy and crap. So yeah, that's the big issue that we're running into at the moment. I also need to deploy, for now, while I'm sitting here talking. Where are... There they are. Oh, and I also added, I'll show that in a second, I also added mag locks for the oxygen farms, but I was just looking and our tanks are low. So we're gonna set that, and let me see... tank. So, I'm a little confused on the tanks. There we go. So those up there were not being used. These are being filled, though. Are they filling more than they're using? I can't quite tell. I think over time they're getting a little bit higher, and then it's going back down. So if I held off on using my oxygen system for a bit, or put them into stockpile mode, then it should be fine, I think. I don't know why these are white either, because the main hull should be on. Yeah, it's not set to depressurize, so I don't know why these are set to white. That's kind of weird. Unless it's just a mod glitch, which is possible. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about the Mac cannon. Ultimately, I can't find a way to use it, to be honest, because I don't think there's a way for me to access an assembler and get it out, get the rounds out of the assembler to then put it in the chamber. If I could just make it from my inventory, I could just put it in there, but I don't think I can, so I have to make it from the assembler, and all of the assemblers have small ports. So it's like, it's just this weird catch-22, where it's like, even if I could connect it properly, I don't think any of this system is set up to actually disperse or convey the ammunition, or even let it out of its storage compartments. So it's a really weird situation, considering that they built a weapon for a small ship grid, but I don't honestly think I'm going to end up being able to use it. I think I'm just going to have to fill that nose in with something else, or just nothing, and just fill the nose in. Because I really don't think it's going to end up working. I've been trying to get it to work, but I'm not real hopeful. So those are some of the major changes that I made as far as like the weapons change, stuff like that. The oxygen-less seats, I guess, is another one. Trying to think, I know I made a few more. Oh, and adjusting the naming convention and all that kind of stuff. Oh, that's right. Where's my spectator mode? So there's two things. Ooh, I need to slow down. There's two things that I did with the oxygen areas, the oxygen farms, because they were actually, when I was moving around at high speeds, it was causing a problem. So I've got them set up now to where if I get in here and go back out here, I can retract these, and then once they get retracted, I put a maglock surface over here, oops, to hold them. Oh, you know what? It's probably the new patch with the emissive update where you can customize emissives, so all of these modded blocks that use emissives are all white because they don't know what to do. That's what it is. Alright, problem solved. The other thing that I did was I added a maglock cube. Now, I could have probably done a surface and been okay, but I put a cube there, right above the conveyors, for the rover, so that when it retracts up, then there's a lock mechanism to hold it in place, because that's what a couple people were suggesting, more so than merge blocks, because merge blocks are still known to have some bugs and glitches. I won't say this is perfect, though. That's part of why I wanted to test it, was because in creative, I would unlock it, nothing would happen, but then when I told the pistons to descend, there was this weird kind of wobble thing where it shifted the whole ship. I don't know if that's because we're just in space and there was no gravity applied to it. I don't know. But it is what it is, so we gotta test that out. So, but the added merge blocks for the conveyor, or the oxygen farms, was basically so that I could move a little bit faster and not have things break, essentially. So speaking of, we're gonna retract them in and put them on lockdown. I am going to back up a little bit in my spectator camera and then go back here. We'll set this to pilot. Now, the only thing so far is I don't really have any other cameras or anything set up on the outside of this ship. So once I start moving and stuff like that, I'm pretty much focused on just my view, my center bridge window kind of thing. At some point that might be a problem, I don't know. I mean, we have pretty good visibility for the size of this ship. It's not really supposed to be like a fighter. But my concern is because of how I have it set up with the remote block, it doesn't seem to want to, you know, let me look around the ship outside, give me an exterior view without disabling the controls. Like, I'd have to hit the T button and get out of the ship control to move around, and even then I don't think I can actually get out of the ship view. So it's a little weird, and I might have to add some exterior cameras or something to fix that. If you'll notice, we are in we are in planet gravity at this point, so I have zero ideas on how this is gonna go. Basically, I'm just gonna go full what was that? What is hurting me? That's not good. That's part of why I put the maglocks down, was because I didn't know... I mean, on the oxygen, was because it was doing stuff like that. I'm wondering if it's this... it could be these exterior, like, hanging pegs here at the moment. I didn't think about that. Let's see... Of course it's not going to show me from out here. Man. See, that's what I mean, is I hate not having, like, a external view where I can fly while looking around. I really don't like that. But I don't know how to fix it, other than exterior cameras, but that's really not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for more, like, an actual outside third-person view. What is happening here? This is really bugging me. I'm gonna have to, like, plan ahead of time and put my camera somewhere and then fly this way. I don't know. Because I'm not seeing what's... My shields are activating for some reason, but I don't know what they're going off about. And I'm still not really seeing anything. It just changed directions kind of on me. I wonder if that's... And I don't have the block damage script running, so I can't really see what's... Actually, that's bugging me. I know something's... Without the shield, something would be taking damage. I mean, technically you could say it's fine, because we're flying fine, but I don't like that. I don't like knowing that it would normally be taking hits. Okay, so at this point, we're almost off of... Actually, let me grab gravity primary. We're gonna get this to where we can toggle it on and off, because at this point it's just using power for no real reason. But like I said, I'm a little... Hold on a minute. I'm actually gonna save this and see if I can do a couple of things real quick. Okay, well, for one thing, I don't think I could have picked a more uneven place to try and land this thing, so this is obviously going to go really horribly wrong. I have saved it at about this point, so I won't have to keep, like, flying in this way. But we're going to try... I'm going to try and lock the camera somewhere around here, and then switch. I don't know. This is probably not going to work at all. Well, let's just try and fly it this way. I don't know. We're gonna work with it. I don't really need this camera view at the moment. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll find out what's breaking. This is actually kind of somewhat difficult to fly it this way, because I don't really know which way I'm pointing. Whee! Okay, we broke the atmosphere. I will say I don't feel like I'm really having too much of a problem with fighting the atmosphere. I really expected, with the amount of blocks and things on this ship, I really expected it to be far more difficult, to be quite honest. So, like, I'm just hanging in the air and I'm almost above the ground, so I'm really kind of happy with how it's maneuvering. It seems to be really comfortable in this area, I hope. Alright. You know what? That seems like a pretty decent spot. I don't think I'm going to get much flatter than, like, right here, even though there are trees, but, you know, whatever. What are you going to do? But see, it's like this. At this point, I can't really see what I'm doing without the spectator camera, and that's bad. So, yeah. I want you to be a little bit more over this way. Let's bring it down. The descent is really rapid, but as quick as it stops, the thrusters seem to be doing just fine for atmosphere flight. I was concerned, right? I mean, there was a couple other people that were also concerned, and I mean, it was legitimate reasoning of without hydrogen or any other kinds of thrusters, it was like, how are you gonna kind of pull this off? But as you can see, we're just kind of floating. I'm not really being pulled down by the atmosphere or anything at all. And up... Wait, why is up going the wrong way? That's weird. Spacebar is making me fly down. That doesn't make any sense at all. Like, in any version of the game, that doesn't make any sense. Something must have gotten flipped. I'm hitting space right now, and I'm flying downwards. That really just doesn't make any sense. I'm really confused by that. I don't get that at all. I mean, WASDA works, C goes down, space goes down. Yeah, that makes sense. I have no vertical thrusters, apparently. That doesn't seem right. Now, this is going to be interesting because, woo, I have no idea how these pistons are going to hold up. Well, I don't have any pistons, but you guys know what I mean. Okay, this is really weird. I cannot fly up. Like, there's... Wait a minute, wait. Did I not turn off? I really thought I had, but I may not have turned off the void thrusters of the rover. That could be affecting it. It shouldn't, because theoretically, orientation-wise, they should all be the same. Yeah, my spacebar is just not working. I cannot fly up. Actually, at this point in time, I'm completely stuck. Like gyroscopes, and it's... Wait a minute. Yeah, it's not moving. The ship is unresponsive at this point. And I would venture to say, oh, well, maybe it's, you know, you have the wrong, like, your thrusters aren't strong enough, but literally, that whole time, I hit space and it went down. That doesn't make any sense. And I have vertical thrusters. Like, there's the downward ones, there's the vertical ones. Well, technically, they're both vertical, but you know what I mean. Left, right, forward, backward, up, down. Okay. Left, right, forward, backward. So I have no idea. I've never had that happen before. But I'm holding the space button and it just will not climb. And I think because of that, well, hold on a minute. I have to check one other thing. Maglocks seem to be... Yeah, okay. When... That might be part of the problem. Oops! I broke stuff. What just happened? That's not good. I mean, that's exactly what I expected to happen. Well. There's something you don't see every day. Well, I think this went rather well. So I think we're gonna just end on that. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. We're not gonna end it there. But, so I went back and reloaded it, obviously, and went through and essentially redid what I just did at the end there, which was set everything to not auto-lock and turn off the rover thrusters to give us a bit of a better idea of how everything's working. Space is still descending me, though. I do not like that at all. Like, even flipped up, what the heck? Space is going down, and space is acting like C. That's not... Oh, now here's a funny one. Okay, so get this. C button, space button. They're doing the same thing. If you hit them both together, nothing happens. It's like they're fighting each other, but they're not. This is weird. Alright, so I guess we're just going to be able to test landing, because I don't know why it's doing that. We're going to only be able to test landing because I don't think I can fly back up after this. But, what are you going to do? Now, like I said, we might be technically descending a little bit. It looks like we are. So it can't completely hover. I mean, it's still going to slowly descend if you, like, walked away. Now, like I said, all of our landing gear should be on not auto-lock, so we should be able to just set this down and see what happens. I'm hoping that it'll work since I'm not auto-locked, but I don't know. I have no idea. Please? Please be nice? I'm tempted to just let it drift down from this point, but maybe we'll give it a little tap. Yeah, we are descending, technically. So the real question is, can it hold the weight? Or not? Shouldn't you be setting down by now? Stop. 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 It's not stopping. It's just going right through the ground. That's probably why it's crashing and blowing up, is because the gears are just going right through the ground. That doesn't seem like how it's supposed to work. It's still descending. Oh, jeez. That scared me. Alright, so now I'm stuck in the ground is basically what's happening. In case you were wondering. So, I don't think that's a weight issue as much as it's a gameplay mechanic thing that... I don't know that that'll work, to be honest, but I think it's the maglock type fault, if you will. I don't think it's necessarily the weight and stuff. It looks like they're just not detecting the ground, and it's just going right through the ground, and then when you try to move it, your ship is technically a part of the ground now, like it's in the geometry, so then when you go to pull back up, it's like, hey, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be there. So... And I'm imagining that's what happened when I turned them off, is they were auto-locked, so it landed, but then right when I turned them off, they started sinking again, and it sunk down into the ground, and I think it blew up. So I'm thinking that's kind of what happened. Yeah. So I don't think that's really going to work at all at the moment. However, I will say the good news, I don't know why these aren't filling up at all. Like, the lower ones are filling up, but the higher ones aren't. They're still stuck at 50%. That's weird. Wait, where am I? Okay. So, let's mess around here for a second, since we kind of flipped the ship over. I want to see something with the... Oh, yeah, everything's going to be all pressurized and all messed up because we poked a hole in the wall. Now, see, these say they're full. Do I have other oxygen tanks somewhere that I don't know about? I do. It's that one, but that one says it's full. I'm confused at this point. Okay. Sure. Why not? High ground. You're not supposed to be there. So yeah, I'm not really sure about all that. If you guys have experience with maglocks and things, let me know, because that did not look like it was behaving correctly. I don't know, like I said, how it would behave with... Oh, I'm out of hydrogen. I was like, wait, what happened? So this is how my ship actually looks right now. I don't know, and I can't get through the door because it's oblong and my character won't fit. Awesome! Yay! That's great. And apparently, I am a very unathletic astronaut and cannot jump through that little ramp there. Nope, he ain't having it. He is not going over that door. Alright, anyways, we'll go to spectator then. Fine, screw you, astronaut. Yeah, so I don't really know what to make of that. I know that this isn't the final product of, like, how they're gonna be. It's, like, they're just a little plate on a peg, so I know that's not how they were actually designed to go, but that concerns me that they were able to clip through the ground like that, because they're not supposed to be able to do that. And I think that's the problem. I mean, you guys can let me know. Like I said, I really don't have much experience with the survival and planet function mechanics and all that kind of stuff. I really don't have a whole lot of experience with it, so if there's something like, that's what I'm seeing, but it actually is because it's too heavy and it's forcing it to clip through the ground or something, that's a different story. But from what I'm seeing, it looks like it's something with the maglocks, that when they were on auto lock, and I flew to the ground, it just stopped because it locked onto the ground. But then when I turned it off, it clipped through the same way. So I have a feeling it's falling through the world. And I don't know if that'll work or not. So, yeah, let me know about that, because that's definitely something we need to get figured out. The other big thing is I have no idea why I never really checked it in space because there's not really a whole lot of relative points to go off of, but I don't know why the space bar is descending me. That seems like a glitch, not so much that Because I showed you that the thrusters are angled correctly. I have all the directions accounted for. And I could see, like, holding space and not going up real fast or something, because gravity's pulling down on you or something like that, or you don't have enough upward thrust. But you should not descend actively when you're not descending when you hit the space bar. Or when you leave it alone. Like, if I'm not hitting the button and it's floating and then you hit the button, you should have more lift than hover. So, I don't know why it's descending. That's bad. That's really bad. But I have no idea why it's doing it. So if you have any ideas, do let me know. I know this is a probably deprecated mod at this point, the Void Thrusters. I don't think anyone's worked on them or anything forever. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about all that. Obviously, we have a little bit of ironing out to do. But in the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.